Police arrest 2 men linked to the broad daylight assassination of controversial businessman Mark Liffman. As Donald Trump ramps up fear-mongering ahead of tomorrow's US elections, South Africans living there tell us of their hopes and fears. Quincy Jones, one of the most powerful voices in music, has died, aged 91. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
2 men linked to the assassination of controversial Cape Town businessman Mark Liffman have been arrested. The alleged underworld kingpin was shot and killed in a parking lot at the Garden Route Mall in George on Sunday. Liffman was expected to appear at the Western Cape High Court today with other alleged underworld figures. They are charged with the murder of steroid king Brian Weinstein.
We do not intend to withdraw charges against any of the accused following this incident. Defense has indicated that they may need more time, but they will come back to assess the state on Friday.
Andre Nordier, one of Liffman's closest friends, says he's shocked at the news of his assassination.
We're hoping that the South African police do what needs to be done. And we also had my life last week.
Klaver child killer Daniel Smit has been handed a life sentence. The defence had argued for a 30-year sentence, but the High Court sitting in Vredendal in the Western Cape opted for the maximum. He's also been handed additional years for kidnapping, attempted murder, defeating the ends of justice, and 5 years for violating a corpse. The murder took place in Smith's home in 2022 after he accused 13-year-old Jerobian van Wyk and a friend of stealing fruit off his property. South Africans living in the US have suggested the country's on the cusp of a turning point, warning eligible voters against apathy. The polls show that the result is likely to be historically tight, with Vice President Kamala Harris nudging ahead of former President Donald Trump. 1 out of every 10 votes in the US elections will be a naturalized citizen. This includes thousands of South Africans who now call America home.
If you're a South African or a foreigner even, or a legal immigrant or anything from even any part of the continent living in America underneath Trump, I've been there and that's highly stressful.
Trump doubled down on violent rhetoric with a comment about journalists being shot as the tense election campaign entered its final hours. Fill your car because the fuel price is going up again. From Wednesday, both grades of petrol will increase by 25 cents a litre. Diesel will go up by 20 and 21 cents, while illuminating paraffin will increase by 28 cents.
The reason for this increase is mainly due to higher oil prices on average during the period under review compared to the previous one. The prices of LP gas are increasing due to higher prices of propane and butane.
A mother and her 4-year-old child are recovering in hospital from suspected food poisoning. They were admitted to the facility yesterday after the death of the family's 10-year-old daughter in Alexandra, Johannesburg. The little girl ate chips she allegedly bought from a spaza shop and shared it with her mother and brother.
After eating the chips, her mom was also complaining about the stomach. The stomach was funny, but she didn't take that much note until the girl started feeling pain.
A report into claims of racism at the Pretoria High School for Girls has made damning findings about misconduct and a culture of racism at the prestigious school. Gauteng Education MEC Matome Chiluane released the findings of an external probe at the school today. It follows allegations of racism after WhatsApp texts were leaked where at least 12 white learners shared what the Education Department has labelled microaggressions.
It is recommended that the following staff members be charged with misconduct: the principal, the deputy principal responsible for discipline, 2 educators for classroom-related incidents, the estate manager, the HR manager, and the acting principal. The GDE is to consider removing the SGB chairperson from the SGB in terms of Regulation 13 of the Governing Body Regulation for his attempt to interfere with the legislative powers and functions of the MEC and the HOD. This was designed to derail the investigation.
Quincy Jones has been remembered as a producer of the greatest albums in the world. The 91-year-old music composer, writer and producer passed away at his Los Angeles home yesterday, surrounded by his family. Jones has worked with Michael Jackson, Frank Sinatra, Ray Charles and countless other artists. Born in Chicago in 1933, Quincy Jones's career spanned over 70 years with 28 Grammy Awards, 1 out of 80 nominations. One of his biggest successes was his work with Michael Jackson on his album Thriller, which remains the biggest-selling album of all time.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.